The company has been founded in '94 and we are operating on 2,500 square meters approximately. And 40 people are working at Stic Image. We are working in 3 shifts. We are generalists. I mean, we are working with the agro-food industry, also on the pharma industry, and we are working a little bit on the wine and spirit. Here we supply between 400 and 500 different customers. Sustainability becomes a very big point of attention for everybody, so we are working on our waste, our energy consumption, what we can save, and our carbon footprint. Recyclability is now probably one of the biggest entry point by our customer. It's usually the first question that they are asking, so it's more and more important. We are working internally to try to improve our production method, to decrease our energy consumption, to decrease our material consumption, of course. But we are also trying to give the good advice to our customers to provide the right label and the right packaging to enable the recyclability of the packaging. I would say that as far as the customer are concerned, they are more concerned about the global carbon footprint of the company. Everything we are doing for the environment is very important for our customers. When I took over the company, all the machines were working with GEW except 2. And I have to say that my experience at that time was that we have had quite a lot of problems with the competitor. So when I had to think about changing the system and buying new machine, I wanted to go for GEW. 2 years ago, I bought 2 production lines, and at that time, I wanted also to decrease my energy consumption. The energy price were very, very high. And then I had to study what kind of system. I choose to go with GEW because my experience with GEW was very good. And the second point was what was very important for me is the versatility of the system, because for the varnish, for the colors, we can go back to the UV. After the experience showed me that for the colors it was not really a problem, but for the varnish we decided for the moment to stay with the UV system because of the price of the varnish. And here the versatility of the GEW system is very, very convenient, of course.
Donc on utilise le séchage LED pour tout ce qui est encre quadri et pantone, et on garde le mercure pour les encres spéciales et les vernis. Au départ, notre crainte était surtout sur la qualité des encres et à respecter nos teintes. Et le fournisseur nous a rassurés, nous a bien accompagnés là-dessus.
The experience is that it has been no problem. The color were the same and it was very easy. So much more easy to switch from low migration UV to low migration LED than switch non-low migration to low migration. We didn't change anything. We have perhaps 1 or 2 recipes here and there on very light colors that we had to adjust, but it was very, very minimal. As far as the cost and the availability of the inks is concerned, the cost of the inks is not that different, so things have gone in the right direction now. And the availability is not a question. The AeroLED system seems to be very compact and easy to put on the machine. I have no climatization. So I decided to go for AeroLED because we wanted to decrease the level of heat in the factory. Also, we wanted to decrease the level of noise. And as far as we had already in place all the extraction systems, we didn't have anything to do to connect the AeroLED system to our presses. We still have a mercury system on the finishing line, but of course we will switch to LED because we want at the end of the day to work only with one range of ink. The experience we have with the LED, we did savings on the energy part. It's at the scale of our company 15% of energy savings, which is impressive and which was very important for the payback of the system. The second one is that the system is very easy to use. It's stable, it's on-off, so you get always the same quality. You don't have to change the lamp, you don't have a decrease of performance of the lamp, so it's very, very comfortable to use for the operators. And I don't hear about the system, which is a good thing.
Et c'est vrai que comme le système est très simple d'utilisation pour interchanger les cassettes, si on a des problèmes d'appro sur le LED, on peut intervertir avec le mercure pour mettre les encres UV. Le séchage LED nous a permis de nous stabiliser niveau colorimétrie sur la durée et le temps des tirages. Avec le séchage LED, nous roulons à une vitesse à peu près entre 50 et 80. Habituellement, avec notre séchage mercure, on roule à peu près vers 50 mètres minutes, donc on a un peu amélioré la cadence de roulage des dossiers.
Clearly, our intention is to go for 100% LED. We want to be full LED. We are still waiting for the price of the varnish to decrease, which is starting to be the case. And I think it's a question of months to do the switch. With the same volume of production, I changed the LED system and I changed the lights of the warehouse. I think I saved something like 120, 130 megawatt hour per year. I will save about 30,000 euro per year. With the energy saving that we see now with the system, I think the payback will be around 3 years. I had a lot of questions before. The complexity, the inks, the colors, and the real saving. It was a difficult decision for me to take. With time, I see that in fact this project has been very easy. The installation was quick and the system is easy to use, no problem with the color, we have the saving, so I was a little bit afraid of doing that investment and now I'm very happy. I studied this decision 2 years ago. It was very important to have feedback from people that have done this change. It was very important to feel also that the ink supplier are ready. There is less problem with the varnish, and at the same time we have had this very high price of electricity increase, and for me, no, that was the right time to do it. For me, I see that of course it's a very good investment.